Hi friends, today I wanted to share a grocery haul. I have not done this in quite a while, just have not gotten around to doing it. It is a little bit of a work for me. I usually just want to put the groceries away, but I figured I'd share my grocery haul for today because it's a lot of stuff I'm buying, mostly because it's Christmas time. I mean, not a lot of these are really Christmas related per se, but some of them are, and I'm just trying to make some appetizers and things for Christmas. So some of these items were for that and some of them were just on sale, but I just wanted to share my grocery haul. I always love seeing what other people have bought, so I just figured I'd share mine today. And then I'm also going to share one thing at the end of the video that I no longer buy. This is just like a lot of things that my goal has been recently is to try to eliminate buying things. A lot of them obviously I've been able to grow. So like tomatoes, I no longer buy diced tomatoes, tomato sauce. I do buy tomato paste once in a while because I haven't canned that, but a lot of the other stuff I'm canning. I made my own, for the first time this year, I made my own relish, so I canned that, and I'm trying to think of what else I canned. I canned a couple new items. I'll have to do a video on the things that I canned also. But anyway, I just basically try to take a lot of the stuff that I used to buy, and I'm like, if I can grow these and make it myself, I'm certainly going to stop buying them. So this is something that I no longer buy. It's not something I'm growing, but I'll share with you at the end of the video what it is. I just wanted to share my grocery haul with you, and it's from a couple of different places. I went to Aldi, Costco, actually went to Hobby Lobby, and then some of it are just the eggs that I'm getting. So I just want to show you. It's really not a very big grocery haul, but I just want to share that with you all. So let's get started. Okay, so some of this stuff, like I said, is kind of Christmas related, and then some of it isn't. But I did buy this box of crackers. I normally buy like the club crackers, but this was on sale at Costco, and I picked these up, and I'm hoping they taste good. I actually do not know what they taste like, but I feel like if you add dip to almost any cracker, it should taste good. So we're going to have it with some dip. I bought some potato chips because I am going to be making an onion dip, like a caramelized onion dip for the first time. And I normally would buy like the ones with the ridges, but my son hates the potato chips with the ridges. So I'm going with the stuff that I feel like is more likely to get eaten. Of course, I bought a big bag of tortilla chips because I'm going to make spinach and artichoke dip. Possibly. I'm not still 100% sure. I actually made a big long list of things I'm making for the different. I'm not having too much company. I'm having company 2 days. But I'm just trying to have some appetizers and things. The next thing is that I bought this big bag of cane sugar. It's 10 pounds of cane sugar. I buy this at Costco. I have started buying some stuff from Azure Standard, but I'm comparing prices between Costco and Azure Standard, and some things are still cheaper at Costco. So this is definitely one of those items, and I'm going to continue to buy that at Costco. This is my favorite salad at Costco. They actually, normally it's like one of the most expensive ones there in the salad kits, but this, for some reason, I think they're expiring soon, was the cheapest today. So I just picked up 2 of these, and I love this Mediterranean Crunch one. The next item is this butter. They do sell Kerrygold at Costco, but this is the Costco brand one, and it's well, not way cheaper, but it's definitely cheaper than Kerrygold. I've actually never purchased Kerrygold. I have no idea. I can't compare this to the Kerrygold since I've never purchased it. Excuse my dog crying in the background. I have a dog that just got surgery yesterday, had her tooth extracted, and she's just a little bit whiny right now. She's okay. The doctor says she's fine, but just recovering from it. Anyway, so I have only bought this Costco one, and so far I've been really happy with it. I am still buying some regular butter, as you'll see in my haul today, because things like for holiday baking and stuff, this is really expensive butter, and I can't afford at this point to buy nothing but this butter. So I am supplementing this butter occasionally here and there. So the next thing is I bought these candy wafers from Hobby Lobby. They were actually the cheapest at Hobby Lobby. I really wanted the milk chocolate, but they only had dark, and then I decided to get one red. And the reason I'm doing this is, actually I forgot to mention, I bought these cookies at IKEA. I happened to be at IKEA this week, and I picked up these cookies because I'm planning on taking like melting this chocolate and then dipping them in the chocolate. So then I'm gonna have some with like a red bottom, some with a dark chocolate bottom. But I really love these cookies. I think they're like an oatmeal, yeah, they're oatmeal cookies, and they're really delicious. I wish I could make these cookies just like the ones at IKEA. I've seen some recipes, but I've never actually tried. So this is definitely something that I've bought these cookies in the past and really like them. So I thought this year that I would do that. I am not actually baking any cookies this year. I really have gone down in the amount of stuff that I'm doing for Christmas just because I'm getting too old. And I just feel like it's becoming too much for me. I love baking, but it's just a lot of work. And this year actually I've been working on painting my house, just trying to get the inside of it painted and a lot of things done. So it's been first priority. So I'm taking like shortcuts, still have cookies, but not actually bake them. So the next thing, let me actually go over here because this is still Costco. I got these apples. These are the Honeycrisp apples. They're 4 pounds. I've actually ordered apples from Azure Standard. They're going to be organic Honeycrisp, but they don't come in until the end of this year. Excuse me if you see paint on my fingers, because I have been painting, like I said. And then this is my thing that I was most excited about today, is that I purchased these Meyer lemons. Costco sells these only like in December and maybe early January. Last year they sold out so quickly that I went back a second time and they were all gone and they never got any more. So this is 4-pound bag of Meyer lemons. I absolutely love Meyer lemons. I'm so excited to be able to get these in such a large bag, because normally I would buy them from here and there and they were expensive, but they weren't very big a bag either. So Costco, these were $6.99 for 4 pounds, which I think is really good for Meyer lemons. I don't remember what the regular lemons were. Anyway, the next thing is from Aldi. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. I try to organize these, but I might be going a little bit out of order here. Anyway, the next was from Aldi. I picked this up. I am, as I've mentioned before, trying to really eat healthier, eat like more grass-fed. I actually did a video where I bought a quarter cow, and I'll link that video up above if you want to watch that video. Unfortunately, that farmer no longer sells any meat at all. He's basically gone out of business. So I did find another farmer, but right now it's not in my budget to go buy a large sum of any kind of meat, and a lot of them you're getting a good deal if you buy like the quarter cow. And that's, like I said, not in my budget. So I'm buying pieces here and there. Some of them are grass-fed, some of them are not. It just depends on if I have the money or not. So this was something I was able to afford, and I bought it. The next thing is a bunch of grass-fed ground beef, which I've been happy with. And, you know, I'm not saying go out and buy grass-fed, but it's just a decision I made for myself. Like I said, a lot of my meat is not grass-fed because it's not in my budget. I purchased these short ribs from Sprouts because my son got married about 2 months ago, or almost 2 months ago, and at his wedding I got short ribs. What was at a restaurant? The reception was at a restaurant, and I ordered short ribs. The waiter suggested them, and they were the best. I've never had short ribs so good. It was in Tucson, Arizona, and it was a place called, I think it's called Augustin Kitchen. It was so delicious. So I'm going to try to make them. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to do justice to the ones like the ones they had, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So I bought these, and I'm going to try to make these on Christmas Day. So that's going to be our dinner. So they had short ribs served on mashed potatoes with pearl onions, and I think mushrooms in it, and it said it was cooked in Coke and whiskey. Coca-Cola, that is. I do not have any whiskey, and currently I don't have any Coke, but I did place an order from Walmart's grocery pickup, so I'm going to be getting a bottle of Coca-Cola. The next are these eggs. These are actually not from a store. I know they probably look like they're from a store, but there is a lady locally near me whose son is selling eggs, and these are pasture-raised eggs, and she's very nice. She actually drops them off at my house because she says she's not that far away. So I've been ordering from her now 2 months, I think. I don't eat a lot of eggs. I'm not a huge egg eater, but again, because of the holidays, I'm going to be using some of this in my cooking. So I ordered some more from her, and these are not refrigerated because she said she does not refrigerate them, which for somebody that grew up not near a farm, not on a farm, I did not know that eggs did not need refrigeration unless they're washed. This was like news to me. So she brings them to me and she says she doesn't refrigerate them. And I mean, I refrigerate them eventually, but in the beginning I just kind of keep them out. So they just came. So they're currently not refrigerated, which is such a scary concept to me, but apparently it's very normal. The next is also at Sprouts. I picked up some sushi because today is like they're on Wednesday. I think it's Monday and Wednesday. They have like a discount on sushi. So I picked this up. My son and I do like sushi, and I'm trying to stay away from the imitation crab meat. So this has shrimp in it, real shrimp. So that's why I picked this one. And then I just got a cucumber for salad. The other thing we've been trying to do is eat a lot more things that are fermented. So I started buying kefir. I have made it myself, and I'm sure it's the sugar content in this thing that makes this more edible or drinkable in this case. But I do have some kefir grains, and I do like them, but my son does not like them. So for him, I've been buying this. Otherwise, I also got some that I made it for, I've also got the grains and I've made them for myself. The next is this butter. As I mentioned, the grass-fed butter is so expensive that I'm going to be making something for Christmas, and I picked up this butter just to use in that. And then I picked up some white cheddar cheese because I make something at New Year's. It's called a cheese apple, and it calls for white cheddar cheese. I also, in line with fermented food, picked up some sauerkraut. I absolutely love sauerkraut. And I got some tomatoes for stuff that I'm going to be making on Christmas Eve, and then tzatziki sauce. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And then I picked up some chicken also. That's from Aldi. All of these items, the sauerkraut, the tomatoes, the cheese, all of this stuff. And then I picked up 1 gallon of milk. The milk at Costco is like comparable in price to the milk at Aldi, but for some reason I can't stand the milk bottles at Costco. Anyway, that's my haul for today. It's, like I said, a lot of holiday related things that I'm making for Christmas, for dinner, and then like some appetizers. I would love for you to share with me things that you are making. Maybe the thing I struggle with most is like on Christmas Day, what to make. We're not big ham eaters. We do cook ham occasionally, but the ham is usually way too big, and no one wants to eat the ham after like a day or two. So I've tried to find the smallest ham that I can find, but it's not been really, it's still too big. So unless I find a really small ham, I don't plan on cooking ham. And turkey I already did for Thanksgiving, so I'm all turkeyed out. I don't want any more turkey. And so I'm always looking for something to cook for Christmas. So I would love for you to share what you guys cook for Christmas for your families, and then even appetizers. I'm going to be making, some of the things that I'm going to be making is like the artichoke dip, buffalo chicken dip, and this is between Christmas and New Year's. I do like a lot of appetizers, and I'm making, I think I mentioned a caramelized onion dip. That's something I'm making for the first time. And I'm trying to think of what else. I also make some sandwiches. Somebody had made this a long time ago, a friend of the family. I don't know if she just made it up or it's something that's commonly made, but she took egg salad. She made egg salad, and then she sliced cucumbers really thin, and so she spread the egg salad on top of a bread and put a couple really thinly sliced cucumbers, put another piece of bread, and then cut them into like little triangles. And my kids have always loved these little egg sandwiches, and they're so simple to make. I do try to buy the sandwich bread from Walmart, which is like a perfect square, so it's just better than the rounded top bread for making these. But that is something else I'll probably be making. And I'm not sure what I'm going to make for dessert for Christmas. That's something I'm also not sure about. Or maybe I won't even do dessert because we're going to have so many little snacky things that are sweet. And that's another reason that I'm trying to stay away from making a lot of cookies and all, because I feel like we get overwhelmed by desserts at Christmas time. And I really need to start cutting back on sugar because I've got a sugar problem. If there's sugar in the house, I eat it. So I just need to stop bringing it in the house or somehow learn some self-control. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that, but that's another reason that I'm not making any cookies this year. I am making one thing that I grew up making with carrots, and it's a dessert. So I'm making that just because it's something my family has always eaten. My sister likes it, so I just want to make it. But otherwise, I am not making anything else. The cookies, and then I actually did buy a box of cookies from Costco also, which I didn't show you guys on a separate occasion. But that's something else that I feel like, between all of that, it's just enough sweets. And these cookies that I told you that I'm gonna, the oatmeal cookies that I'm going to dip in chocolate. So I feel like that's enough sweets. So we'll see if I make anything specific for, I thought about making what are those things called? I can't even think of them. Oh, I've thought about like making those cream puffs that have like the cream filling in them. I can't think of the right word. I know Costco usually used to sell them in the frozen section. I haven't bought them in a long time, but I really like those. But it's another thing. I probably will eat a ton of it if I have it in my home. So we'll see what I end up doing for dessert on Christmas Day. I haven't thought of that, but I'm trying to be really simple. It's just going to be like the two of us on Christmas Day. We're having people over Christmas Eve. That's going to be our big thing. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I am going to also be doing another video shortly. I just want to put all these groceries away, and I'm going to show you the one thing I no longer buy. Okay, so I want to share with you the one thing that I no longer buy. I'm actually trying to do this with a lot of things, but it's a process. Nothing happens overnight. So call me dumb, but I did not know how brown sugar was made, and I used to buy brown sugar. And the problem with brown sugar, if you've ever bought it, is if it gets exposed to the air, it becomes rock solid. You can put it in the microwave and soften it up, but I would always buy a brown sugar, and it would get really hard, and I just was like, it's such a pain. And I would buy it on sale, usually around Christmas time. Usually a store near me called Wegmans would have it marked down, so I would buy it at Christmas time, a whole bunch of them, and just made sure that I didn't let it be exposed to the air. But nonetheless, that was something that I did not know how brown sugar was made. I don't know what I thought. I really don't know where I thought brown sugar was coming from. And that's what I'm learning with a lot of these things. They're really simple things that I never even thought about. So brown sugar is like a really simple process. I no longer buy brown sugar. When I need brown sugar, I have the ingredients to make it. I only make what I need. And then during the holiday time is when I use more of it. So I'm going to be making a batch of it, and I just want to show you because my ultimate goal is to reduce buying things. Like if I have the ingredients, why do I want to go and buy that item when I just have already the stuff sitting around at home and I can just make it? Now, some of it could be a time thing, but I feel like this is like a really quick, easy thing to do. It doesn't take much time or a lot of effort. Everybody makes their own decision what things they want to buy and what they want to make, but this is something that I've decided is not worth buying, and I haven't bought it in a couple years, ever since I learned this is how brown sugar is made. So I just want to share it with you. It's a really quick video. It's not going to be anything complicated. Okay, so basically you just need sugar. I showed you in the video actually, excuse my container here that has a lot of handprints all over it, but I showed you the sugar that I buy. So I just buy a 10-pound bag of sugar, and I keep that sitting around at home, and whenever I need brown sugar, so I'm just going to show you like 1 cup. So this is just 1 cup of sugar. I measure out, and you can just put it in a bowl. You can also do this in a KitchenAid, but I'm doing this without a KitchenAid because somebody might not have a KitchenAid, and I have this very nice helper over here who had her tooth extracted yesterday, but wants to help me with my brown sugar making. Anyway, so I just put 1 cup of sugar in there, and excuse my molasses bottle. If you've ever dealt with any molasses, you'll see it's really kind of messy. It drips everywhere. And so I've kind of decided that like 1 cup of sugar, you need about a tablespoon of molasses. And I do not measure this. So if you want light brown sugar, you just put less molasses. If you want dark brown sugar, you put more molasses. I've always been told that blackstrap molasses is really good. I honestly do not know what it means to be blackstrap molasses, and I don't know what other varieties there are, but I picked this up at an Amish store one time. They were on sale. So I know the sugar that I'm using is organic, the molasses is not, but I'm not throwing away all the food in my house. I'm using up the things that I have, and then I'm just replacing them with different choices. I don't even know if there is organic molasses, but I'm assuming that there is. But anyway, I just pour in approximately a tablespoon. So, and I eyeball this. I don't, like I said, if you want it lighter, then you put less. If you want it darker, then you put more. But I just put a tablespoon approximately, and then I just start mixing it. And that is really just what brown sugar is. It's kind of crazy that there's things that are sold to us. And I think because, it's great. It's great to have convenience items. But I feel like because of these convenience items, so many people have forgotten how they're actually made. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I am a child of an immigrant. And so my mom was not raised here. And so a lot of these things I didn't learn because my mom would have not maybe learned these from her mom, and things are different back home for us. So she might have known the item, but she would not know the American word for it or the English word for it. So she couldn't tell me some of these. It might sound crazy, but as a child of an immigrant, I did not know how you made a brownie without a brownie mix, or manwich or sloppy joes without the can of manwich. So a lot of these things I just didn't have the knowledge, and one of them was brown sugar. You just need to stir the molasses in here, and like I said, if you want dark molasses, you can put in more. If you want dark brown sugar, you just put in more molasses. And if you want light brown sugar, you just put in less molasses. Now, this is a lot easier in a KitchenAid mixer because obviously the thing whips it. And here I'm trying to, they're little chunks of molasses that I'm trying to just mix into the sugar. So this is not mixed in very well, but certainly put your muscles into it, or use a mixer. You could use probably just a hand mixer too if you don't have a stand mixer. That is actually how you make brown sugar. And like I said, now I don't keep it sitting around at home because I feel like if I need it, I can whip it up in a few seconds. And I keep it in an airtight container. As we know, brown sugar becomes really hard, and I think it's because of the molasses in there. But that is all it takes to make brown sugar. So because of convenience foods, we're actually losing the knowledge of how things are made. Very basic things we don't understand. It's shocking to me sometimes. I had a friend who's passed away, but she never grew up with a garden, and so she would always ask me, are potatoes grown underground or above ground? Are tomatoes, she just did not know, genuinely did not know. And it's not, and I didn't falter for it, because obviously if you don't grow up with somebody growing vegetables, you wouldn't know how things are grown. So even today I was at the grocery store and somebody was asking, are figs the same as dates? And I'm like, no, they're different. And they were like, well, what are plums? And I'm like, plums are prunes. Prunes and plums are the same thing. So there's a lot of knowledge that has been lost, and it's kind of sad that it's not being passed on, because so many things people just buy. It's great, don't get me wrong, it's great to have the convenience. There's times I do not feel like cooking. I am thankful for the ability to go out and get food, but I really, my ultimate goal is to just minimize how much stuff is processed, because I just want the processing, the chemicals that go into the processing, I don't want that in my diet as much as possible. But I'm not saying that I never eat anything that's processed either, or that I never go out to a restaurant, because I'm sure a lot of their stuff is out of a can that's processed. So it's not that. But like I said, I feel like we're losing a lot of that knowledge. So it's really good to know that you don't have to have brown sugar sitting around. If you got sugar and you got a thing of molasses, and molasses is like honey, it does not go bad for a very, very long time, if ever. I've had this molasses container for quite a while, and I use it whenever I want to make brown sugar, and it's perfectly fine. And so it's really nice that I don't have to now store another item, buy another item, especially if you're really trying to cut cost. Then why would you want brown sugar sitting around for the day that you need brown sugar? Isn't it better just to have regular sugar and some molasses, and then know that I can whip this up at any time, and if I don't need it, I'll just use the regular sugar? And molasses can also be used. You don't have to just use it in brown sugar. People make molasses cookies. There's other desserts and things that can be used molasses can be used to make. So it does have its own purpose also. So I feel like if you have the basic ingredients, you can mix things up and make other items in your home, and you don't have to buy those items, and brown sugar is one of them. I hope that was helpful to someone, like maybe who are like me, who did not realize that's how brown sugar was made. I hope I'm not the only one that was clueless about where brown sugar came from. I hope you found this helpful and useful. I hope you enjoyed my grocery haul, and I would ask that if you like this video that you remember to press the thumbs up button, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.